I'm preparing the dough or the bread for this lovely lamb burger recipe, which I'm sure you will enjoy. Some flour on the surface. Welcome back to this edition of Majid's Kitchen. A little something extraordinary. Lamb burger extraordinaire. We have a few ingredients here to make the lamb burger patties, and let's get into them. So I picked up some ground lamb from the grocery store. And this happened to be the extra lean lamb. It's a good quality lamb. I've added a little bit more fat to the lamb. So if you're able to get your butcher to grind you some lamb and tell him that it's for burgers, then he'll know what to do and give you a nice proportion of fat to your lamb. Alright, so a few ingredients here. I may not be using salt for this because I have a few other ingredients here that contain salt. Some black pepper, freshly ground. I'm using lemon pepper here, celery salt. I have half a teaspoon. Some cayenne pepper, half a teaspoon. And 1 teaspoon of ground toasted cumin. Half an onion, that's about 60 grams of grated onion, and I'll be using about 3 spoons of chopped parsley. Let's get it together. In the meantime, we have our pitas rolled out and proofing. Time to make that lamb happy with the spices and herbs. This is 1 pound of lamb. So let's get these out of the way and let's combine that fat with the rest of the lamb. So here's what the lamb looks like with some of that fat incorporated into it. Now let's add in these ingredients. So the lemon pepper and the celery salt, that goes in. The cayenne pepper and the cumin goes in. I'm going to put the onions in as well, and we're going to mix everything together. Next, we'll add in our parsley. So I'm just going to add in about half of this. Just a little more parsley, just half of what's in there, and we'll give that a mix. So always do a little taste test to adjust your seasoning. The only spice that I need to add here, or flavoring, is a little bit of black pepper. Otherwise, everything, including the salt, is spot on. Okay, so we have, that was a pound of lamb. We're gonna kind of divide it into two here. Okay, so that's one. Judging by this, okay, we have two more or less equal. Now I'm gonna just, I have a scale up above here, so I'm gonna just wait. Let's divide that. Okay, so about 125 each. Right. So I have one of these simple hamburger presses. Okay, and I think it's ideal. You can also press this patty between two pieces of paper and it will work out just fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, in the center, here's your press. I don't want to put any oil on it. There's enough natural oil or fat on the burger itself. So we have our patties. I'm just pressing the center slightly because when it cooks, sometimes, you know, it gets a concentration of heat to the center. Heat up a pan, or if it's a cast iron pan, whatever you prefer to use. I'm going to use a flat surface to get a nice crust on the burger. I made a few pitas, rolled them out and rested them for about 20 minutes, and now I'm going to cook them, and this is going to be the home for our juicy lamb burgers. Okay, let's see how this goes as they rise in the pan and enable us to form or have pockets, which is iconic of a pita bread. The rising of the bread tells me that we are going to have good pitas here. You can see that balloon effect. It's beautiful. So I'm using a flat pan. I want to get a nice sear or a nice crust on these lamb burgers, and the pan was, I'd say, medium high to begin with. It was pretty hot. You hear the sizzle as you put the meat down, and we hold it there till we have a nice crust forming. If using store-bought lamb, always check for the recommended internal cooking temperature. You'll find that on the label. Unless you have fresh lamb at home that you're grinding yourself, well, that's a different story. So safety first. So here we have the lamb burgers. I cut into one just to show you how juicy that burger is. You can see that. A really lovely juicy burger. Let's start the assembly and see if we can get a pocket. Look at that. That's just beautiful. Perfect. Look at the texture. I will have a recipe for this coming right. So start off with, I'm going to use half because half will just be ideal for what we're doing here. Alright, and then we're going to stuff it with other vegetables of your choice and some of this tzaziki sauce. Right in there. Beautiful. Okay, I'll fill another one, maybe a different way. Alright. Juicy patty. Beautiful. Stuff that in there. Tomato. Some of our onions. Let's take a closer look. Lamb burgers extraordinaire with a lemongrass tzaziki. Beautiful, juicy. Okay, let's try this. And let's make one on a bun. On a bun, a little more traditional. Let's get some leaves on there. Some salad greens. Just like this. A slice of tomato. Some of our tzaziki. Sprinkle of red onions. A little more on the top. I like the red onions. Goes right there. Beautiful. Let's take a closer look. Homemade pita. Lamb burger extraordinaire. And just did one as a regular burger would be. I hope you like it. As always, I love being inspired and to inspire others. Share, like and subscribe for more videos like this.